Hey guys, so today I'm gonna be doing part 8 of building the V2 seaplane. So if y'all didn't check out the last part, that is where I made some of the nose, but as you can see, it's completely finished now. It looks pretty nice. Looks very accurate, I would say, to the real V22 Osprey. But there's the fuselage. The fuselage is actually done. But anyways, on the last part, I only did like this much of the nose because it got really late, and then yeah, so I just finished it up the next day. I didn't record it though because like it's basically the same thing, and I'm not gonna do a whole nother part just for like half of a little thing. So I just went up, I finished it, and then I glued it onto the front. So there it is, guys. As you see, I did it in different segments so I can get that nice round smooth shape from, and you can see this light curve on the bottom just like the diagram. I painted on these windows with a paint marker, not a Sharpie, because usually Sharpies they like look kind of purple, but this is actually black paint. So yeah, basically now, so I don't know if I'm gonna do landing gear on this plane now. I remember I told one of y'all guys in the comments that I was gonna put fixed gear, because I was gonna do fixed gear, but I think I might just leave it without gear because it's gonna be lighter, and it's in real life the plane actually flies with the gear retracted. So yeah, I think I'll just leave it without gear. But since the fuselage is done, the wing, I didn't record the part where I made these side pods. I didn't record that, but I finished that. I posted a couple shorts while I was making them, but basically all I did on them, let me move the fuselage so I can show y'all guys this more up close. So basically all this is it's a bunch of 3D printed plates put together, and all they do is they support a gear. So let me get y'all all the way down so y'all can see what is actually going on here. So now that you're closer, as you can see, so how this works is I had two plates on the side like that, and these two plates, the one on the inside holds the servo, if you can see. Let me get it close. So you see this plate, I made a custom mount. I designed all of this myself on Blender. It was kind of hard to do on Blender because Blender, I don't really know how to use Blender that good, but I had to do it because obviously nobody is gonna have this exact plate uploaded onto some 3D printer website. But as you can see, I designed it with holes to make it lighter, but I kept it pretty strong still. And this is all of this, the whole pod is, this is the second version, guys, because the first version, it was it didn't work. It got like stuck. It had too much play in it. So basically what happened was, while I was spinning this back and forth, the servo mount would like twist and round and the gears would not work. So I changed these to the herringbone gears, and what the herringbone gears do is they self-align and they eliminate any like wiggle, basically. So super smooth. It drops on its own weight, actually. That's how smooth it is. But as you can see, the first, I don't know if I show y'all the first version, but this is the second version of it. I added a bottom plate to it, and that helps a lot to cancel out the twisting forces. Also, I added these little screws that they help eliminate play in the things, and these plates on the carbon fiber tube. And I'm using a 15 tooth on the bottom and a 16 tooth on the top, so that I have a little bit more travel, because these servos only do about a 90 degrees rotation. So I need about 100 and something, like Cause you see, I need to make it move backwards so that I can have control in the hover. But I also need it to go 90 degrees forward. So yeah. And then basically that's pretty much it. It's just the plate I custom made. I had to measure these holes so that I could mount the motor up here, but it's all working up, and I'll show y'all a quick little demonstration. Alright, so I've mounted it. I just put it on top of a box to show y'all, but I'll get like an angle where y'all can see both of the things on the side at the same time. So I made another mod on my controller, and oh my god, guys, it was a lot of programming I had to do. I mean, it's a lot. It took like 30 minutes probably, only probably less actually. But basically right now this is forward flight mode, and I have it set to this switch right here, SA, this one. When I flip that down, the motors will come up both at the same rate, up to their 90 degree position. So right here, as you can see, I'm moving the sticks and nothing happens. I will throttle up, but this thing is just gonna fly off the table. But as you can see, nothing is happening when I move the sticks. Nothing. I mean, if I turn on throttle, you can see the motor spin. And they spin in opposite directions, because if we had them both spinning in the same direction, that means that we will have some torque, like pulling the plane to the right or left, and we don't want that. So if we make them spin in opposite direction, the torque cancels out, so there's no torque roll, whatever. Anyways, so let me demonstrate y'all. When I hit the SA switch down, look what happens. So y'all saw that the SA switch is down now, and both of the motors are in their upright 90 degree hover mode. So if I zoom in on this one here, so if I move the stick forward, the right stick forward, the motor pod should move forward as well. So let me see. Let me demonstrate y'all. I already know that it works, and it only moves that much. Backwards, forward, I have it limited to about 30%, I think it is. 30% of all of its travel. So as you see, and they both do that at the same time when I push the stick forward. So pushing the stick forward, camera doesn't want to focus, but there you go, back and forward. So when I push the stick forward, the motors go forward. That should adjust the thrust angle and make the plane want to pitch forward, and the same thing for backwards. Anyways, to control the roll, like the tilt this way in a hover, I've actually think very cleverly, and I use differential thrusts, because I use 2 different ESCs, so I can control each motor independently. So if I want to raise this wing up in a hover, I would add power to that wing only, right? So look, if I want to roll towards this way, I will push the stick this way, and look at the right motor. I mean the left. No, yeah, that's the right. You see? Right now I have it set to add 30% throttle to one side. And the same thing happens if I want to roll right. And this just adds 30% to whatever throttle I'm already at. So if I'm at, like, let's say 40%, I mean, if I'm at 40% throttle and I add 30%, that means one side would have 70% throttle and the other side will have 40% throttle. So basically it just adds 30% or subtracts 30% from one side also, because it subtracts. If you see the outputs, basically what's happening, you see channel 5 and channel 3. Channel 5 and channel 3, those are the motors. channel one's the aileron, but that will be the ailerons right there. I haven't cut them out yet, so I'll do that later. So what I need to do to control the yaw in a hover like this. So I have pitch control, I have roll control, but what about yaw? Now I also think about this very cleverly, and basically, you know, as you push the motors forward, the plane will go forward. But if you push one forward and you push the other one back, it will make the plane yaw. So as you can see, I have that set to the rudder stick. If I move it to the left, that one goes forward and the left one goes back. And the same thing for right. And I have this also set to 30% travel. So basically, and I made it so that you can combine these two inputs. So if I want to go forward a little bit and I want to roll left, it will combine those two inputs. So yeah, very cool. And I think it should work. And if it doesn't, we'll just put out a new version. So yeah, there you go. You have both the motors. And we got the differential thrust. You can see the whole wing's lifting up on one side. So yeah, basically all of that's done. I'll test it first without any covers, because these are supposed to have some covers that look pretty cool. But right now they're just exposed like that because once I put the covers on, that's it. There's no taking them apart because I'm gonna glue the covers on. So basically that's it for the demonstration of the wing. Let's get back to what I was gonna do earlier. Alright, so what I was gonna do is I was gonna put the wing on top of the fuselage. Actually, guys, yep, you heard that right now, guys. The plane is basically done. As soon as I put the wing on, it's done. It's finished. But that's if I don't put any gear. And like I said, I don't think I will. Anyways, if we grab this wing, I've already marked out where it needs to go. It needs to go right about there. Right about there. That's where it needs to go, guys. So it doesn't want to stay, but it needs to go right there, or at least that's where it would be if it's scale. And I want this to be a scale plane, guys. I don't want it to be a fake replica. So what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna hot glue this carbon fiber tube down to there, and then I'll add supports all over around it to make sure my wing does not come off during flight or during a hover. Hopefully it doesn't. But yeah. And I planned this actually because when I made the fuselage, you know how if you check out part 2, I think it is, there is like a plate that forms this fuselage, and there's 3 of them. There's one here, one at the back, and there's one right here where the wing is gonna sit. So perfectly planned out, have support inside of the fuselage for the wing. So all I need to do is glue the wing onto there now. So let's get the hot glue gun fired up and let's get doing that. Hey guys, so I got the hot glue gun heated up now, so I'm gonna be gluing on the wing. Let's go, let's go. Let's see what's gonna happen. Well, the wings, they're a little wider than the fuselage itself. Alright, the distance apart each one of them. This distance is a little wider than the fuselage itself. So if I get all these cables out of the way, I have the mark right there. It needs to sit right there, guys. So yeah, right there. You see that? So hopefully this will work perfectly. Really hope it does. So I'm just gonna put a little bit of glue right there, and like that should work out. I need to hold it because like glue isn't super, it's super hot, so it's not gonna dry instantaneously. So there goes on the glue. But this isn't gonna be the permanent glue. I mean, it is gonna be permanent, but it's not gonna be the main glue holding on the wing. So I'm gonna make sure the wings are level, because we don't want the wings like sideways or tilted up a little or none of that. So right about there's good. So I'm just gonna hold that until it dries. Alright, so the glue is about dry. I added a little bit more extra right here, but this is just gonna be, this is not gonna be the main glue. I'm gonna put some like, so basically on the real thing, it has like this hump here that like helps the I mean in real life it contains a rotation mechanism where the whole wing just turns like this for storage of the aircraft, but obviously I'm not gonna do that. That will be super complex. So yeah. Alright guys, so I finished up the gluing the wings on. So I'm gonna test it. So I plugged in the elevator servo now, so as you can see it's working over there in the back. Alright guys, so I finished up the plane guys, it's finally done. I made this little hack right here for the battery. And then I still need to make something to hold the battery in so it doesn't move around. But besides that, everything is pretty much done guys. So stay tuned for tomorrow for some test flights, maybe. I don't know guys. Because I still need to print a couple more things like the clamps so that this doesn't move side to side. Even though I have the herringbone gears, we don't want it to move side to side, guys, do we now? And then also, I need to make the aileron. So yeah. So that's it for today's video, guys. Hope you like it. Like and subscribe, and go watch my other videos. Bye, guys.